you someone who is considering to do an MBA, but you are anxious or stressed? What specializations should I pick during my MBA program? Should it be HR, should it be strategy, or should it be finance? Then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm on a chai break, and whenever I'm on a chai break, I'm shooting these cool videos for you. And on my channel, I talk about all things MBA, all things consulting, all things career advice, and many times lifestyle here in US. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification button so that you get notified whenever I'm on a chai break doing cheers with you on chai, and you get to learn from the insightful information that I'm bringing out for all of you. So it's a very interesting topic because your specialization could actually impact your career, could impact your salaries, and then of course I'm sharing my views on what specializations could you pick depending upon your interest. So I'm going to be dividing this video into two parts. First and foremost section, what specialization exists and what could be the guiding force for you to actually pick a specialization. And the second video is about my personal views. Are these the right electives or the specializations? What could be an alternative to these conventional specialization? And of course, if you want to know my views, feel free to stay till the end. To start this video, I'm going to be dividing the first section into 1A and 1B, but let me help you understand what is typically a universe of specialization. Either you could specialize in HR or you could specialize in marketing, strategy, finance, operations, and in technology. So when I was at ISB, these were the specializations that exist, and these are conventionally the specialization that exist many a times in the top MBA programs abroad as well. So if you are new to this channel and if you are already a returning viewer, I would advise you to hold this video. Let me know in the comment section what is your interest area so that I can understand what kind of areas that excite you, and then perhaps understand what kind of future content I can make for all of you. If you halted the video, commented on the comment box, then welcome back, and let's directly jump into the 1A and 1B section. To my view, I'm actually thinking of niche roles and of course the generalist roles. If you're planning to actually work in niche roles such as finance, private equity, HR, and marketing. So for example, if you're a people's person, if you like to work along with the people and be the machinery of the organization, then HR could be a good specialization for you. Similarly, if it is sales, if it is marketing, crunching number for product launch or product features that excite you, then marketing could be a way to go. Many a times people think that marketing is largely just creating message copy or an ad copy for Coca-Cola or Dove or the leading unicorns and e-commerce in this country. Then I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friends. Marketing, especially as an MBA graduate, is very numbers heavy. It is the ad agencies which actually largely work on the ad copy. It is the creative work. Largely MBAs actually teach you analytical decision making tools for the organizations to actually reduce the chances of failure. So you could work in HUL, you could work in P&G, you could have area sales target, you could work in Nestle as a marketing manager for popular chocolates, but many a times you would have quotas to achieve. You would be working on Excel. If that is what excites you, then marketing could be a way to go. Similarly, if you want to work for banking, investment banking in India or corporate finance, then you should pick finance as your elective or your specialization, which brings us towards the larger generalized role. If it is consulting that excites you, or if it is product management that excites you, in that case, for example, because I worked in management consulting in BCG, and of course I worked with the former chairman of McKinsey before, I realized I did one mistake during my ISB journey. I picked strategy as a specialization. And for those of you who don't know, strategy is just a buzzword. And the kind of courses that I had to take with strategy as a specialization, I realized were very abstract. They were not really hard skills. A lot of them were at the intersection of hard skills and soft skills. And if given a chance, I would go back and perhaps pick finance as my specialization, largely because when you're working in BCG, you're either work on cost case, you're working on finance cases, you're working on operations cases. And it is not the abstract specialization in strategy that really helps you. Specialization or topics such as change management or building change. I rather should have studied finance. So finance could come in very handy, and similarly operations could come in very handy. Many a times when we think of operations, we think of the clerical work. No, my friends, in fact Rajat Gupta, who's a former global CEO of McKinsey & Company, has taught at my education venture in a Harvard case style format, and the case that he had booked he had picked was actually based out of Boston, where I am right now, and he was actually solving an operational strategy case which had involved a lot of optimization exercises that are actually taught to you during the operation curriculum and specialization. And similarly for product, you could pick up topics which are at the intersection of operations and which are at the intersection of technology as well. So those are largely my views. It really depends upon what excites you, what doesn't really excite you. And I've always maintained on my channel that you should pick a career which excites you rather than just which generates a lot of income. And of course, as we all know, that consulting, management consulting and investment banking generate a lot more income in terms of the salary. And if you want to know a comparison between banking versus consulting or consulting versus product management, I had made 2 separate videos on those comparisons. So feel free to check that out. Which brings me towards the section number 2, which is largely my views on these electives and specialization. These specializations, and if you go back to the history of MBA degree, you would realize that it is largely outdated. Why? Because back then MBA used to work in IG firms, industrial goods firm, and CGs, which is consumer good firms. But people actually join these MBA programs to actually advance their career and build a job profile in product management, management consulting, impact investment, banking, etc. And that's why I believe that this is not really the right cut to actually put when you're trying to pick specialization. That's the reason at my own education venture, we actually have electives and specialization in management consulting or impact investing or product management, which is more job profile based rather than functional based. And for example, that is the reason, for example, I know of a GGI fellow who picked up a 29 lakh CTC from my education venture with our employment partner in impact investing, and he had picked actually an elective of impact. And of course, if you need more help to pivot into management consulting and product management, feel free to check out Impact MBA Scholars Program at my education venture called globalgovernance initiative.org. If you like this video, feel free to hit on the like button,